Hey everybody, I'm Becky Adams. Thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel today. So today I have another video from a Hip Kit Club design team assignment. So my assignment for this project is to create a layout inspired by the mood board. And obviously this mood board is very wintry, has a lot of white, a little bit of blue and snowflakes. And that's where I'm drawing my inspiration from today, is the snowflakes, a little bit of this kind of peach color that's in this photo down here at the bottom. So I'm going to set this aside and let's jump in and get started. So the background for this layout is kind of this peach, and it's got some white twigs with berries on it. It's got a really fun print on the back, but we're going to go with a more muted pattern, I guess, for this project. So I have a cut file here. This is one of the December 2020 cut files, and I should mention too, this I'm working with the December 2020 kits. So I cut the cut file out of white cardstock, and then I backed it with pattern papers from the main kit, and I guess the paper kit as well. But for this bottom portion, I did a gray snowflake pattern. And then here along the top for kind of the snow, I guess, I used a blue kind of watercolor pattern paper. I also cut out several snowflakes, and I just cut these out of white cardstock. So I was gonna add some here, whoops, in the top left section and in the bottom right. So I'm gonna just kind of lay these out so that I can kind of get an idea for placement. But before I start adhering them, yes, I think I've got one too many over here. I'm just gonna leave them just kind of laid out for a minute. So I have two photos here that I'm using today. I actually printed these photos. Let me get these ones. Initially, I printed them in black and white because I thought it would go better. And then honestly, I forgot that I had printed them. And so I printed them again, and this time I did them in color. And I think I actually like the color better. So I think that's what I'm going to go with today, but let me know. I'm curious, which ones would you have used on this project? Okay, so the title for this layout is "We Love Winter from the Inside." So obviously we've got the big cut file that's most of the title, but then I also have these beautiful silver puffy letter stickers. And so this is kind of what I'm thinking as far as the basic design of this page goes. So I'm gonna start by adhering the cut file, I guess the winter cut file first. And I'm gonna do that because it's the biggest element on the page, and I wanna make sure that if I get the placement on that right, in the right place, then everything else will kind of fall into place as well. So I'm just peeling the backing off. I put some foam tape on the back of this. I ordered just a big roll of foam tape. I believe this one came from scrapbook.com. I'll make sure and put a link to the description in the description box. It's kind of nice just to have that big old roll. So I'm going to use my T-square ruler. As I've mentioned many times before, this is one of my favorite tools that I use on pretty much everything I create. Okay, so we've got the placement of that. It's straight and I've got a good margin on either side. So now I'm gonna place the rest of the title. So I just pulled the letters that I'm using for this title and put it on a piece of wax paper. If you haven't tried this technique, it's so nice to be able to place, to kind of see where everything is going to go before you start sticking things down. Because sometimes after these letter stickers go down, they don't want to come back up. Oh, that one's, the adhesive came off on that one. So I'm going to use some liquid adhesive really quick on this one, just a tiny dot. Okay, and I'm using Art Glitter Glue adhesive. I really like the fine tip on that, and it's a really, it dries clear, it dries quickly. Okay, so we've got that part. This bottom part, I'm going to, just trying to think here. This one's a little bit more difficult to place because it's got so many taller letters, but I think I'm just gonna overlap them on the cut file a little bit. So a couple of these that are really tall, I'm just holding the wax paper down with one hand and placing the letter stickers with the other one, just so I can get the placement how I want it. Okay, and these ones I can just go by the other stickers. So the story I'm telling on this page is that, you know, our family isn't huge on outdoor winter activities, but we do have a lot of fun inside. We spend a lot of time cooking and doing games and puzzles and watching movies together. So the two photos I have, the one photo is of a puzzle that my daughter and my husband were working on together. And then this other photo is of a cookbook that I actually got for Christmas, and we really love it. We've made several recipes. I'll link it in the description box below. It's called the I Heart Naptime Cookbook, and we've made tomato soup and orange rolls and chicken tacos, chicken enchiladas, let's see what else, pizza. Anyway, that's a really good cookbook that we're having a lot of fun with. So that's I'm just trying to decide where I want to place the photos and where the journaling, where I want the journaling to go. I think I'm going to do the photos over here and then the journaling right there below the title. Okay, so I'm going to do the journaling next, and I've printed, I guess pre-printed my journaling. I just use Microsoft Word. I use the American typewriter condensed font most of the time. Once in a while, I'll kind of shake things up, but for the most part, that's my favorite font. It's just a really good basic typewriter font. So I just used my T-square ruler to line up that first strip, and then the rest of these strips will go in right underneath and fit nicely. So I asked in a previous video that if you're interested, I might do, or I'll do a tutorial on how I measure and print and cut my journaling strips. Then I'm just bumping these journaling strips kind of from side to side. I don't want them to line up in the same spot. I should mention I have double-sided tape on the back of my journaling strips. I use an 1/8 of an inch adhesive and just peel the backing off and stick them in place. Anyway, so okay, we're just gonna put this one last strip into place, and then I'm gonna stick my photos down. So this is quarter inch double-sided tape from scrapbook.com. I'll make sure and link that in the description box below. And I don't think I want, actually, yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think I want my photos straight on this one, but I think I do. So again, I'm just gonna use my T-square ruler and put that first photo down there next to my journaling and under the title. And I'm just going to overlap the white border there so that, because I want a space between them, but the white border with both photos makes it look a little bit out of place with that much white in between the photos. Okay, so we've still got these snowflakes that I'm still playing with the placement. Before I get too much further away from the photos, I wanted to add a couple of photo corners to balance out. I've got a pop of blue here, and I want to add that pop of blue somewhere else on the layout to kind of balance things out. So what I did is I took some blue plaid pattern paper, and I used this photo corner punch from We Are Memory Keepers and punched out 2 photo corners. And I'm going to put those, and I'll make sure and link that photo corner punch in the description box below. It's not a necessary tool, but it's one that's you can use over and over and over again on lots of different projects. So ideally, I should have done this before I stuck my photos down, but you know, that you don't always remember. So you just fold those photo corners. You just fold this back part back like that. And I just tucked it under the photo. I'm going to take a little bit of liquid adhesive. And stick that in place. I'm going to put my scissors there to hold it down for just a minute. Make sure I can sneak this one underneath that corner. I'm sure you guys would remember to do this before you stuck your photos down, but I am a little... Just forget. Okay. So now I've got those photo corners, so there's a little pop of blue here and here. And then I have just a few chipboard elements that I want to add in. So I have these snowflakes, these chipboard snowflakes, and I just wanted to put a few of those in the center of some of the die cut snowflakes. So something like that. And then I have this, just these pine bough chipboard pieces. I was thinking maybe, I'm not sure about that. I don't know if I like those. I'm going to set these aside for just a minute. But I thought this little snowman was too cute to, and it goes perfect with this layout. So I think I might add him right there, in between the photo. So since this photo doesn't have, you know, anybody's face, I'm not covering up too much of the cookbook or too much of the puzzle. I think that's where that cute little guy is going to go. So because I wasn't sure of the placement on these chipboard pieces, I peeled off the adhesive backing. And then once I decide, whoops, where those go, then I just put some double-sided tape on them. Not a big deal. You can definitely leave the adhesive on them. This is just how it worked best for me and for putting this video together. Okay, so there's my little snowman. All right, and then last but not least, I'm going to adhere these snowflakes. So I'm going to just take a tiny dot of liquid adhesive, or I guess liquid glue, in the very center of the snowflake. I'm going to nestle that one kind of in the journaling and hang off the page just a little bit. And then that one right down there with that silver snowflake in the center. Same thing here. I'm adding the adhesive just in the center of these snowflakes because I don't want them, I want them to pop off the page a little bit. So after they're dry, I'll go through and kind of pull up some of the edges Really quick, while I have this out, I'm going to put some adhesive on that letter F, because I can tell it's going to want to pop up there. Okay, and then just I'm going to continue with the one little dot. So if you don't have this kit, and if the kit, any of these products are available on the Hip Kit website, you should definitely jump in and grab some. Most of the products are Hip Kit exclusives, and they are beautiful. Okay, I think that finishes things off. So thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel. I'm so grateful that you're here, and if you would mind just hitting that red subscribe button, I would love to have you as a subscriber, and then you will, if you hit that bell notification as well, then you'll be notified of all of my anytime I upload a video. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it so much, and I will catch you in the next video. Have a good day.